Number 20. Solve the system of two equations into variable. When there are two variables, x and y, solving the x and y, you need to at least two equations. So at least two equations, then your x and y can be solved. Okay, with just one equation is not sufficient. So you need to have that kind of idea. Two unknown, you need two equations. Three unknown, you need at least three equations. So now we have two unknown, x and y. How can I solve for x and y from here? We can try the substitution, okay, or elimination. Anyway, as long as you can solve it. Or you can go with the calculator to solve it. But I'm going to solve it by substitution. The first equation, each of the terms have the factor of a, so I'm going to divide by a. And then I will get x plus y equal -4. Now bring the y to the right hand side. Return to the -y minus 4. So x is equal to -y minus 4. Now I'm going to substitute the x portion here into the second x here. So now I rewrite the second equation into the -4 times -y minus 4, then minus by y equal 20. Distribute, you will get a 4y plus 16 minus by y equal 20. Negative y is equal 4. So that means y is equal a -4. Now we solve the y here. Once I solve the y, I can solve for x from this equation. So x is equal -4 minus 4. So x is a 0. So your solution with two variables is 0, -4. Number 21. Best rental charges a daily fee plus a mileage fee for renting its cars. Barney was charged $108 for 3 days and 300 miles, while Mary was charged $192 for 5 days and 600 miles. What does best rental charge per day and per mile? Alright, so I'm going to get the day is equal x, and the mileage, okay, we'll put the miles, that's okay, is y. So for Barney, he was charged $108. So this fee is coming from he ran for 3 days, so this is 3x plus 300 miles, so 300y. For Mary, she spent $192 for 5 days, so 5x plus 600 miles. Okay. So now we have two equations, right? And by the way, I think I should put here price per day, right? So this is a price per day, and this is a price per mile. So now we have two equations, and I can see from the first equation here, I can rewrite the first equation into x plus 100y equal 36. So that means x is equal 36 minus 100y. So now I'm going to substitute x into this portion of our second equation. So we will have the 5 times 36 minus 100y plus 600y is equal 192. So 180 minus 500y plus 600y is equal 192. So that means 100y, I bring the 180 to right hand side, I get a 12. So y is equal 0.12. Now we solve the y. We can go back to find the x. Let me put the x here. So x is equal 36 minus 100 times 0.12. So 36 minus 12, which is 24. So that means the unit price per day. I cannot rewrite this one. Okay. So this is 24. There you go. So the unit price per day is 24. The unit price per mile is 12 cents. So we go with the option A. (22) Carol's car averaged 13 miles per gallon in city driving and 20.9 miles per gallon in highway driving. If she drove a total with 372.4 miles on 25 gallons of gas, how many of gallons were used for city driving? So we did the gallon. The gallon of city driving is X. And we did a gallon of highway driving is Y. So now we can set up the equation. So we have 13. Okay, let me read the question. Driving in the average 13 miles per gallon at city driving and 20.9 miles per gallon in highway driving. And the total has 372.4 miles. So that means when we have 13 mile gallon per driving, multiply X plus 20.9 Y is equal to 372.4. And then the second equation is getting the information from here. If she drove the total is 372.4 miles on 25 gallons of the gas, how many of the gallons were used for city driving? So X plus Y, because the total has the 25 gallon, she used that on the gas. Okay, so now they want us to find for city driving, which is X. So X plus Y is equal to 25. I'm going to let the X is equal to 25 minus Y. Now we substitute this part into the X here. So we'll have the 13 times 25 minus Y plus 20.9 Y is equal to 372.4. Let me get my calculator. So I have the 13 times 25. So it's 325 minus 13Y plus 20.9Y is equal to 372.4. So 20 minus 9. 20.9 minus 13 give me the 7.9y. And the 325 I bring to the right hand side, it give me minus 325, it give me the 47.4. So from here I can solve for y is equal 6. So 6 represent the gallon of highway driving. They want to know the city driving, so the x, we go back here. 6x plus y is 25, and we know the y is 6. So that means x is equal 19 gallon driving. So C is the correct. Twenty-three is the 3 by 3 equations. If you study the note on your section 6.2 or 6.3 with the 3 by 3, if you have the TI, I highly recommend you just go with the TI. Otherwise, sometimes you just spend a long time and you might get the answer wrong. Okay. Number 23, we should be able to do it by hand because it gives us a single variable z. Choose z equal negative 10. So it's very easy to compute the z with negative 5. Once I have the negative 5 determined with the z, I can go back to solve for the y. So 2y is equal negative 21. I bring the 5z to the right hand side, give me the minus 5z. Now 2y is equal negative 21 minus 5 multiplied by negative 5. So 2y is equal negative 21 plus 25, which is 2y is equal 4, y equal 2. Now we solve for y and z. Can we solve for x? Yes, we can go back to find the x. But when I look at the answer choice here, y equal 2, z is negative 5. Okay, but here has the same, right? So we cannot be lazy. We need to go back to solve for first equation. Now x plus 4y, y is 2, plus 4z, z is negative 5, equal negative 11. So x plus a minus 20 equal negative 11. So x equal negative 12. Positive 12, right? X equal positive 12 minus 11. So x equal 1. So we should go with the answer choice B. This question is okay. We can use the basic algebra to solve it. But when we have the question like this, I highly recommend you go with a calculator. Okay. Now this question we need to write down the argument matrix for the system of equation. You have the 3 by 3. Write down the argument. This is the same thing, arrangement. You just need to perform how do you arrange the 3 by 3 equation. So when you perform the 3 by 3 argument, you just simply to write down the number of the x term, the number of the y term, and the number of the z term. A vertical line, this is a river. The right hand side, 3 number on the right hand side of the equation, they go to the most right hand side column of your matrix. So 26, 60, 20 is on the most right hand side. And the left hand side 3 by 3 arrangement because you have the x, y, z. So you just write down A42, 993, A32. So this is the correct arrangement, which is the argument of your question number 24.